disagree with the fact that Indians will always sound funny. Do I sound funny to you guys right now? No, right?
Spread that awareness.
그렇게 멍청하게 발음한다고요? Fray, play.
Which
뭐가 달라요?
Hi! Hello, my name is Vaughn and I'm from the States.
Hello, my name is Yukta and I'm from India.
Hello, my name is Connie. I'm from Korea.
Let's go!
Alright. Connie, do you have an accent when you speak English?
Sure.
Sure. I think we all do. We all have an accent when we're speaking English. It just sounds different.
It's funny, I've been told because I live in the States
Yeah.
that I have a neutral accent. I don't sound like I'm from any part
Of the world?
States. Of the States, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And you know, sometimes when I'm like with my friends and we're speaking different languages or like we're speaking English, I tend to mimic the way they speak. So sometimes if I'm around my British friends too often, then I'll like start sounding a bit
British?
and American friends, I might start imitating them. It happens very naturally, you know.
이제 한국식은 뭔가 콩글리시 발음이 있다 보니까 뭔가 그 한국 정서에 맞는 그런 발음 구조상의 그런 말투나 뉘앙스로 얘기를 많이 하게 되는 것 같아요. 예를 들어서 뭐 Are you in line? 이렇게 하면은 뭐 그냥 뭐 무미건조하게 뭐 그냥 Are you in line? Are you in line? 약간 이렇게 콩글리시 발음으로 하는 게 맞아요. 인토네이션.
Koreans are the easiest. Like right before they talk, 어떡하냐?
Totally not. 완전 다른 거. Totally different. 그렇게 멍청하게 발음한다고요?
Yeah.
I mean,
it depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Yes, like I have heard like my friends like when they're in like a goofy mood, sometimes they do sound like that. But like obviously to a Korean person, they don't sound like that. But sometimes, yes, they do sound like that.
And I think it also depends on the level of English that they know as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Or if they're exposed to a lot of
So
English
'cause
speakers.
If they're Koreans and they've lived abroad, they tend to have a different accent. I have friends who have like a Spanish accent when speaking English. But if they've lived in Korea and like they've learned English here, sometimes they do have a Korean accent, but it's not as strong as the video.
That's very
portrayed it to be.
yeah.
That's like very like next level. It's not that strong. So I do not completely agree with the video. Yeah.
뭔가 전반적으로는 그 발음과 어떻게 전달한다는 거에서 중점을 두진 않는 것 같고.
But like from what I've realized, like firstly there's a lot of like huh being used. So whether you're saying cho, it's not like me as in like the J sound as in like J or J. Yeah, add like a bit of a H to it at the end. And similarly, like even if you say Busan, like you say Busan or Busan. So there's a lot of like, it's like you're using air while speaking, so it sounds more rounded and like it sounds more like fulfilling than other languages in a sense, like when it comes to the tone of the language. And then like there's a lot of similarities in itself, like like the the and then the r, you know what I mean? Like you cannot say l or r, but it's like it classifies for the same pronunciation. So it's like different when it comes to the tones. I think Korean is a bit tonal in that sense.
네네네 맞아요. 뭔가 그 L 발음하고 R 이 발음이 한국 입장에서 들을 때는 어떻게 보면 비슷하게 들리는 경우가 많거든요. Learning하고 running.
잘했어요.
He's very good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. 근데 빠르게 들으면은 이게 이어서 들으면은 솔직히 한국인들한테는 잘 안 들릴 수 있거든요. 네, 그런 차이가 좀 있는 것 같아요. 예를 들어서 그 러닝 센터라는 게 있는데 그것을 외국 친구들이 들었을 때는 좀 이게 러닝 센터인지 러닝 센터인지 R 발음 때문에 헷갈려하는 부분이 굉장히 많더라고요. 네.
It's understandable why it's confusing in Korean language because the r and the r is literally like in one letter. It's the r 받침.
Also, I've kind of noticed that Koreans have a hard time distinguishing F and P sounds.
Yeah, I think
Like
even the P has a
phone
problem with the B. Like they have it all combined.
P and B, yeah, the sounds are very similar. Yeah.
When I like first went to Korea and I was at Busan airport, some people spelled it as Busan and some people spelled it as Busan. So I was just like,
Is this a different place?
Is this a
Like,
different
yeah.
place? Like, is this supposed
Same
to be like a
thing.
different spelling? I don't know. Yeah, definitely it's confusing in English.
무엇보다 이제 F하고 P가 한글로 쓰이는 거는 피읍하고 히읗인데 이 두 가지가 좀 애매해요. 그 영어를 대체하기에는. 그래서 그런 부분에 있어서 좀 많이 헷갈리지 않을까 싶어요.
I was say, I think it's even, well, not funny, but like harder for Koreans like trying to learn English or something when it comes to distinguishing F and P sounds.
Yeah.
Because we also spell things with PH for the F sound. It's so confusing
Yes, you're
for someone
right.
trying to learn English.
We have very like interesting spellings in English, so.
Like, even phone, PH, but like why? Yeah.
Play, play.
Which,
뭐가 달라요? 안 보여요, 저는. Pray, play. 왜
Very
다-
good. He's very good.
he's got it, yeah.
근데 저 발음 좋은 편이에요, 원래.
Yeah, 좋은 편이에요. Yep.
Can you imagine getting robbed by an Indian guy? It just wouldn't work out, you know? Give me your damn money. Give me your money now.
I don't agree with that because the thing is, India is like a big country and there's a lot of regions and a lot of differences. So the accent, the Indian accent that the typical American shows portray, for example in Big Bang Theory, Raj, or even in The Simpsons, or even like Phineas and Ferb, Baljeet, we don't actually sound like that because a lot of us sound different when we speak English based on where we come from. So somebody from the south may sound more different, and somebody from the west, east, north, we all sound different based on how we've learned English and from which state we may come from and how our mother tongue also sounds. So there are some tonal mother tongues like Punjabi, and you have other languages like Hindi and Tamil, and you have so many languages in India. So because of that, it's the way we sound when we speak English is actually very different. So if there's an Indian villain, you need to make sure you cast the right person based on your image, because I think in one of the movies, Pink Panther 2, Aishwarya Rai played the villain in that, and it's obviously like an international film. And she was perfect. She fit the character. She didn't sound funny, and she played the perfect role of a villain in the movie while also sounding really sexy and charming and intelligent. So I disagree with the fact that Indians will always sound funny. Do I sound funny to you guys right now? No, right?
Spread that awareness.
It is true, because I know that there's a stereotypical accent that everybody thinks of, but it's not just like that.
Hey, Bobby, look, I'm American. I think I'll use my credit card. Do you guys have anything non-dairy?
I think that for people who live abroad, if you were going to make fun of Americans or have a stereotypical American, I can see why they say those things like, I'm gonna use my credit card. Is this gluten-free? I feel like we worry about things like that. It also comes from some kind of entitlement as well. So I can definitely see that. I don't think typical Americans sound like that. I think obviously when I hear that, what I think of is this is gonna be a middle to upper class white man that he's imitating. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that.
Sounds like an entitled person he's imitating.
Exactly, yeah. So I wouldn't, and that doesn't represent all of America. We're a giant melting pot of all different people and cultures and races.
And each state might have its own accent, right?
Exactly, yeah. Every state sounds different.
Like Texans sound different, and people from LA sound different.
Completely different.
Completely
New
like
York,
India.
everything. So yeah, it's the same situation as you when people try to do an accent from your country.
It's the same even in Korea, because people from Busan sound different, people from Daegu sound different.
People from Jeju sound different.
From Seoul sound different. It's just different.
So I'm from Connecticut, but I grew up in North Carolina, and I don't sound like I'm from either one of those places. I have a very neutral accent, so I don't know why. It's just the way that I have it, but yeah.
인도, 미국, 한국 이렇게 비교를 하면서 서로 간의 그런 발음과 그리고 문화 특징적인 것을 비교하니까 역시 세계는 넓지만 뭔가 다른 게 없구나라는 생각이 많이 들었던 것 같아요. 그래서 다들 화이팅!
Yeah. Well, firstly, I'm glad to be here because I can finally clear the misconception that Indians always sound funny when we speak and we don't sound serious. And also, it was so interesting to know that, even Korean and American English have so many similarities when it comes to the differences of accents. So it was nice to know. It was actually very informative.
I do have a question though for Konhee though. Do you think we sound like the typical American or Indian person?
Yeah.
그렇게 크게 다르지 않아요. 네. 크게 다르지 않고 뭔가 영어를 하고 있다. 일단은 그 에너지랑 이런 게 더 크고 전달하는 거에 있어서는 그게 다른 것 같진 않아요.
Alright guys, so today we tried to compare each other's accents.
If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.